Hey guys, what is up? This is Justin coming at you again with Bullish Cranes, and then today we're going to be covering another video for our Liebherr LTR 1220 playlist. And in today's video we're going to be covering everything to do with crawling. And guys, if you haven't already done so, definitely go back to the Liebherr playlist. If you're unfamiliar with this crane, I did a video going through all the basic functions, how to navigate the computer, things like that. But if you're all good to go, then we'll go ahead and continue with this video. And guys, if it's your first time popping in, I appreciate all the support. If you could just stop, it helps us out real, a lot. If you just take a second to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. All right, let's get into this. All right, guys, so first thing that I want to point out, okay, is I'm swung over the side, as you can see. And as you can see right here, I'm right over the front, or at least what is the front for me right now. And basically what I've already done, just to simulate the time in this video, I've done it manually, but I have 3 sections out. Sections 1, 2, and 3, I have at 46. Okay, now again, you can go back to the other video to show you how to do that. Now once you've gotten to that point where you have 46, 46, and 46 out, you're gonna want to go back to your working screen. All right, and now once we're here, one of the things that I want to observe before we even move 1 inch, okay, is I want to click on this track button right here. All right, boom. Now what this does, if you look on all 4 corners of these tracks, this is your head, this is your toe to heel, okay, on both sides. Now what this shows us, okay, now, and you need to pay attention, because if you look where this is swung, I'm swung over what I think is the front, but on here it's registering as the back, okay, which is no big deal. But you want to realize something. Right now we're at 18 and 19, and then on my back side I'm at 32 and 32. So my goal before we track, guys, and this is, by the way, this is why you put out 3 sections of 46, because it's going to do a way better job of distributing that weight than if you were going with no boom. Me personally, if I can help it, I'm not tracking anywhere with no boom out, with no stick out, okay? So again, that's why we do that first. And then just kind of as a, just a rule of thumb, this little hexagon right here, okay, you want to get this red circle as close to center as possible, okay? Because what that's going to do is going to put the least amount of wear and tear on the tracks. And obviously, if you know anything about crawlers, it can be a nightmare whenever you have a track issue. So this is going to help reduce just that. All right, so currently I'm boomed down to 26.8. Now again, you may be in certain situations not able to boom down due to like obstructions and things like that. So I mean, keep this in mind. I'm out here in the open, nothing's in my way, so I can boom down. And whenever I boom down, I just want to show you this, guys. See how those bottom numbers, see how it's now starting to distribute a little bit better? It's because I'm booming down, okay? And as you can see, this little red dot's pretty daggum close to center. So I'm at 18.8 degrees. If I wanted to stay there, that'd be fine. Again, you may not be able to, so let's just boom up to, say, 30 degrees. Alrighty, and then once you're right there where you want to be, we'll go ahead and hit the track button again, close out of that. And then you want to look over here, guys. Again, on your panel, I covered this in the other video, so for sake of shortness, we'll just get straight to it. If you want the ability to track, you have to make sure that this is on. All right, so we'll do that. A second thing, if you want to run parallel, which I'll get to here in a second, we'll hit this. All right, and then this right here is your rabbit mode. Now, rule of thumb before we even move forward. If you are cutting, meaning you are not going straight on both tracks, or whether it's forward or backward on 2 tracks, it's okay to go rabbit mode. Anytime you cut, you have to make damn sure, pardon my language, that you click on this button and you turn off rabbit mode. That's a key fact right there. You cannot cut in rabbit mode. You will tear crap up. All right, and before we get into what each button does, I also want to say that one thing that's pretty cool about this Liebherr 1220, guys, as you can see, it has me swung over what's considered the rear, okay? However, the way these sensors work is it goes off of like where you are physically. So right now, like let's say if I wasn't looking at my computer, visually it looks like I'm over the front, because it really looks no different than the back, okay? So if I want to go forward this direction, which is north, okay, I have these 2 pedals right here. I'm going to step on both of them going forward, okay? We'll press on them at the same time. Now, again, if you're just in this mode and not parallel mode, it has the ability to go at different speeds. So please be mindful of that, okay? When you step on both of them and you want to do it very gradually, there is a chance, you know, they may not move at the same time. Now, if you want to get that going, you can hit the parallel button. Now, let me explain the parallel button. Very simple, okay? Now that we know forward is toe, backward is your heel, okay? On both of them. Now, when you're in parallel mode, as we are, first thing I like to do, rev up the engine, go to about 1,300 RPMs or so. Man, everybody's got their different discretions where they like to be. Some people just step on it all the way. I don't like to go 100%. I like to go about 1,300. And then once I'm there, I'm going to click this button. I'm going to lock it in. Now I don't have to step on the pedal. And then once I'm ready, I confirm I've got my tracks on, I got my parallel. And listen, guys, all you're going to do is if you want to go forward, you're going to step on this right pedal. And whenever I do that, you'll see the left one moving and you'll see the right one moving. They're moving at the same speed, same everything. They're going to be going parallel with one another. And then if I want to tweak something, I'm going to use my left one, either toe or heel, to steer. Okay, so if I want to slow down one way or cut one way gradually, I can use my left one to do so. Okay. Let's see. Another thing I was going to say, and this will pretty much wrap up everything. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Oh, two more things I need to cover. So like I was saying, right now it's registered that I'm swung over the rear. However, if I were to swing 180 and be facing southbound now, it's the same thing. It's wherever you're facing physically. Okay, so if I'm facing the north and I want to go north, I'm going to press the toe. I'm going to go forward on the toes. Okay. But if I'm swung over the south and I want to go forward, which would be southbound, it's the same thing. I go with the toe. Okay. And where the sensor's cut off is at the 90, basically right here to the perfectly left side and perfectly right side of the crane at 90 degrees of either side of the crane. Now, whenever you are swung over the side and you're tracking, that's where it kind of gets kind of fuzzy. So you're going to have to kind of tap on it and kind of see which direction it's considering to go forward. Okay. So there's that. And then the other thing I was going to say, which is a good practice, is when you're tracking, okay, guys, now that you click right here and you have yourself somewhat centered, okay, you close out of this, you want to hit this little triangle right here. When you click that, you'll click the down arrow and then one more time down arrow. You notice everything here is green. Okay, now it may look a different color on your screen because I have it in night mode, but everything here is green. Now when you're tracking, if you have anything that pops up yellow or orange rather, you want to stop and kind of figure out what that is. Maybe, you know, bump down the RPMs, let it cool off a little bit. But if anything blinks red or turns red, you absolutely need to stop everything. Let go of the pedal, like everything. You need to stop everything and let everything cool off and figure out what's going on. Okay, so guys, that pretty much covers everything. If I left anything out, drop a comment below, let me know if I did. And if you've watched this collection of Liebherr 1220 videos and there's something else that you may need to know or something I need to cover, you can either DM me or drop it in the comments and I'll be happy to do so. And as always, guys, if you haven't already done so, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with a friend if they need it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.